Welcome to another episode of Seeds of Tomorrow. This episode is a bonus one because we have a very good news to share with you. It is about SME Fund 2024 and the role that Community Plant Variety Office is playing. Today, we are thrilled to have Sara Piva, an expert in the field, share her insights on this topic. Sara is a Legal and International Cooperation Officer here at CPVO. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning.
The CPVO, throughout the years, has granted more than 65,000 plant varieties, right? And the backbone of these rights are granted to SMEs. And this is what we're here to talk about. Sara, could you start by introducing us to the SME Fund and its objectives for 2024?
Absolutely. The SME Fund is an initiative co-funded by the European Union Intellectual Property Office and the European Commission. It's a support of small and medium-sized enterprises based in the European Union. The objective of the fund is to support the backbone, as you said, of the European economy, so small, micro, and medium-sized enterprises to protect their intellectual property. So many of them have assets that they do not yet realize could be protected. So it's an incentive for these companies to enter or to start protecting their intellectual property assets. The initiative is been running since years. This year we have a news that the funds have increased also for breeding companies that want to protect their new plant varieties.
Indeed, because my understanding is that the fund is composed by several vouchers, and there is one specifically designed and aimed at plant variety rights and the companies that are trying to protect their assets. Can you explain a bit more how Voucher 4 works?
Absolutely. As you said, it's an incentive for SMEs to protect various IP rights, stemming from trademarks to designs, patents, and, of course, plant variety rights. So Voucher 4 is the voucher dedicated to plant variety rights. This year, it amounts up to 1,500 euros for each voucher, and a company can ask a maximum of one voucher in this edition. The voucher covers the 75% of the online application fee and the 75% of the first year of technical examination fee up to the maximum amount of the voucher.
Good news indeed. Sara, if I may, how does the SME Fund foster innovation and growth in the breeding sector?
It's a support to the companies that are willing to protect their new plant varieties with intellectual property rights, so with a community plant variety right. Indeed, it covers only European applications, and it's a way to encourage the protection. And because with protection, the company has the control over their own varieties. They are granted exclusive rights with which they can exploit the commercialization of their variety, and it grants. So it's a way of supporting the protection of plant variety rights, new plant varieties, with intellectual property rights. So the voucher supports the application with the Community Plant Variety Office in a way that takes down a bit the expenditure that has to be foreseen by a company and supports those even micro enterprises that want and are willing to gain exclusive rights over their new plant varieties. It's important because the development of new plant varieties, it always plays a crucial role in the economy of the EU. We have seen with the recent study that was conducted by the Community Plant Variety Office with the European Union Intellectual Property Office that plant breeding and the activities done in the development of new varieties contribute to the reduction of gas emissions, to the use of water, to the use of land, giving increasing yields to farmers that want to exploit new varieties. So it's a way to encourage the protection through intellectual property rights and specifically community plant variety rights, and the way to support this journey in innovation.
And speaking of innovation, I myself am a breeder. I'm a very small one. I am not even SME. I am a one-man band, and I have developed this beautiful new variety of rose. I can see in the website of CPVO that more than 5,000 varieties of roses are already protected, but nevertheless, I am very confident mine will be a success. Now, I am a micro enterprise. I have this new variety and I would love to apply for this voucher. Can you explain to me the steps?
Absolutely. You are a micro enterprises, like the 60% of the micro enterprises that have already asked for voucher 4 in the first 3 months of initiative. So, as I was mentioning before, the process is managed by the European Union Intellectual Property Office. So, first of all, you have to connect to their user portal to request the voucher number 4 and any other you may be willing to request. Once you have received the voucher, so once the grant decision has been notified to you by the UIPO, you can connect to the online platform of the CPVO as usual to submit your online application to protect your new rose. After that, it's a classic, as if we can call it classic, application for a community plan variety right. So the documentation is the same. You don't have to tell us that you have applied for the fund, and you will file your online application. And once everything is okay, so the first checks have been performed on the documentation by our colleagues of the registry, you will receive an acknowledgement of receipt where it's stated that you have paid the online application fee and that you have an application date. The application date is the fundamental reference for the EU IPO to see that you have applied after the grant of the voucher. So once you receive this acknowledgement of receipt, you can submit it in the user area of the UIPO to activate your voucher and get the first reimbursement. Once you have done that, your voucher will last 12 months, during which the process at the CPVO will continue as usual, and the first year of technical examination will be performed. Once you will have paid for the first year technical examination fee, you will receive a similar acknowledgement of receipt, where also the amount of the technical examination fee will be displayed. This is the second document that you will have to upload to the UIPO platform to receive the second reimbursement. Of course, the reimbursement can go up until a maximum of 1,500 euros.
So it seems that it is basically a 4-step process. Step 1 being
Get the voucher at the UIPO,
the second is,
apply for your CPVR,
the third is,
receive your acknowledgement of receipt,
and the fourth being,
submit them to the UIPO and get the reimbursement.
I can get this done. Okay, great. Sara, what advice would you give to SMEs that are interested in applying, considering also that this is a first come, first serve fund?
My advice is not to wait for asking for the voucher. As you correctly said, it's a first come, first serve basis. It will run up until the beginning of December of 2024 or until when the funds are exhausted. If I may, I would give you a practical advice before applying for the voucher.
Please do.
You have to prepare 3 sets of documents before applying for the voucher at the UIPO. It's important that you have ready your VAT certificate, a bank statement pertaining to the company, and eventually, if it's a representative filing for the voucher on your behalf, a declaration of honor. So these 3 documents are fundamental to start the application for the voucher.
Thank you, Sara, for these invaluable insights. I think this concludes our bonus episode, and I also think that it's clear that SME Fund 2024 and initiatives like Voucher 4 are pivotal in driving innovation and growth in the breeding sector, underlining the vital role of CPVO in supporting SMEs in this dynamic industry. This is Alessio De Laurentiis signing off. The music you are listening to is from Jazzcopo, a Lombardi and Amoruso production.